Hello, everybody, to part 2 of the Edmond DeMolay podcast, DLC edition. We got our favorite State Master Councillor, Justin Ogle, here.
Thank you.
So, Justin, what does a State Master Councillor do anyway?
So the State Master Councillor, he's really the head of the organization for the state. He really focuses on ensuring everything runs smoothly. You have your own plans and your programs that you bring, but your main focus is really just making sure the team as a whole is functioning and plans are being executed and results are being made.
Did you have a hand on Demolay? On DLC, did you plan it out or help plan it out?
So that's really the state officers. They don't really do much with DLC just because DLC isn't officially an Oklahoma event. It is just a Great Plains multi-state event, and they have their own staff. But they do usually rely on us to help with staff positions as ACDs, to help use our experience to help mentor and teach the guys to inspire them and help them learn.
So I have a question for you. What is your job here? What is your main role in DLC this year?
So this year I'm an assistant chapter dad for the jurisdictional officer track. So that's mainly guys who have completed their chapter MC term, and they're kind of in that stage of their Demolay career where typically the next step is going to be going to state office position. So as an assistant chapter dad, I really just have an opportunity to work with the guys, talk with them one-on-one, just make sure they're really getting everything they can out of the programs and the classes we're going through, and just an opportunity to kind of build those connections with all the guys and really just make them feel special and make sure they have a good time.
So what I'm hearing is, we can call you Dad Ogle.
No, that is not what
Dad
you're hearing.
Ogle.
No, you got another year. Another year.
Another year?
Dang.
Are you planning on when to become international?
See, I'm not actually sure if I can, because I'm going to turn 21 in January during my SMC term. And I've heard some people say that I still could, just if I'm a current state officer. But I really feel like this is a good way for me to kind of end my Demolay career, with Cooper being international. And so I get to have a hand in a sense, just providing my input with how close me and Cooper are. But at the same time, I get to really have both hands on Oklahoma and really put work into the state. And that's really, I think that really means a lot to me if I can really just help with Oklahoma and really see a lot of change and growth happen this year.
So this is me and Matthias's second year of DLC. Is this what? How long have you been in DLC?
Whew. So I think this is my 5th or 6th. Unfortunately, I haven't been to all the DLCs I could because I've had a lot of shoulder surgeries, and a few of them happened like a week before DLC. So I missed a few. But I think this is my 6th year.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Oh, not bad. I mean, the International Congress Secretary had this is first year.
First year.
Look, me and Matthias have a lot of embarrassing stories. Do you have anything embarrassing about DLC?
Oh, I have a lot. I'd say probably my most embarrassing story. It's kind of sad, a little embarrassing, but I ran for a DLC MC my first year as basic, and it was a pretty close race. I got down into the top 2, and the first 3 years I was at DLC, everyone knew me as Baby Bird. That was my nickname. People didn't know my actual name. So when I was running, a lot of people wrote Baby Bird on the ballots because they didn't know my name, and those were abstentions, and I lost the race because of that.
So you're telling me that's the most abstentions there has ever been in DLC?
Yeah, there was a lot.
Didn't the same thing happen with you in basic, Nathaniel?
I didn't run for
But
they
the name.
couldn't spell my name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't fair. They couldn't spell my name. I didn't become Master Councillor. But we did impeach our previous Master Councillor. I hope he's not listening to this. We did impeach him, and I became Master Councillor. Didn't you run for Demolay DLCMC?
No, I didn't. A good friend of mine did last year.
Why didn't you run this year?
This year, I wanted to give a chance to another friend I have because I was already Master Councillor for the chapter and I didn't want to drop down. So.
You didn't want to drop down?
Some good leadership.
So, what was your first color chapter?
Oh, I was in red. Yeah.
You know,
green
red
chapter is better. Green
no,
chapter.
don't listen to him.
No. Red chapter is the best. I mean, we got like most spirited, so you know.
We got most spirit. No, I think we got Brotherhood Award my basic year. But hey.
Was that the ones with the shirts?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we also got that. Sorry.
See, we're award winners.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Red chapter's winners.
We didn't get that, but we gotta go home with our flag.
Be quiet. Some guy from I don't know which state Wichita's in. Kansas. They found our flag and took it home with them.
Oh.
He's in my chapter right now.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Get it back.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I want it back. It took like a while to color that. It was the best flag there. Yours looked like the Colorado flag. You cut like a tail on it.
Yeah, we did, and then we had a bulldog.
A bulldog.
Yeah, we had a bulldog.
Santa Fe.
No, we didn't. Not Santa Fe. It was a Marine bulldog.
Huh.
Just the head of it.
Ours was what's it called? Airborne. So you know we were better. U.S. Army Airborne. Do you still have pieces of your flag? Or do you ever get to keep it?
Yeah, so actually, I think my favorite thing we've done with the flag was actually last year when I was assistant chapter dad for Gold chapter. We cut it up into to even strips, so everyone got like an even strip that they could take home to kind of have as a memory for the week.
Between Gold, Onyx, and Silver, who's the best chapter?
Gold.
Oh, that's pretty obvious. Gold is first place.
No.
Silver is second.
isn't first.
Nah. Silver and Gold have an alliance right now.
Gold is plated. Gold and plated.
Yeah, gold plated because everybody wants to cover up that silver.
Exactly.
But that means you guys are fake. It's false.
No?
Not true.
Nobody likes seeing. It's like wearing a mask. You want to see our face, not yours.
I mean, I guess, but behind it is the truth. It's silver.
Yeah, nobody wants to see it. Silver rusts. Gold doesn't.
Well, I don't care. No.
I remember the Spaniards looking for gold, not silver.
Spaniards? I don't know history like that, guys. So sorry about that.
What's this? Did you get in trouble in DLC? Did you ever get in trouble?
A few times, you know. You like to have fun at DLC, you know. 12:30.
In the morning.
That feels a little too early to go to bed some nights, you know, when you're having a lot of fun. So, a few mom T scares, her yelling at me.
Huh?
Mom T. She sees you out of your room. You better run.
ACDs.
Yeah, they'd be guarding the hallway with Nerf guns, telling you to go sleep. I go to the bathroom, like 5 minutes before lights out. They point the gun at me, like, hurry up, go to the bathroom, and I had to run because I was so scared.
Yeah, see, thankfully they did not have that when I was an attendee, because I probably would have gotten a shot of quite a bit.
What's the difference between DLC now and DLC then?
So there are a lot of similarities, but I feel like the biggest difference I've noticed is we're really just focusing more on making sure the guys are having a good time. And that's always been a big focus. DLC is supposed to be fun, but I feel like we've really started taking in the guys' input and listening to what they have to say and what they feel like could be improved upon and what they enjoy. And I feel like that's a big part, and it's really helping to improve DLC for all the guys here.
I think I heard you say you were assistant chapter dad. Is that correct? Of which chapter?
The jurisdictional officer, the JO track. So we don't officially have a chapter because there's only one group of us. But yeah, just a good group of 11 guys.
What's the difference between the regular chapters and the JOs?
So that's the tracks are they're separated, and it's usually based off experience and kind of where you're at in your Demolay career. So your basic track, that's going to be for more of your newer guys, still kind of an intro into Demolay and kind of give them the basic skills you need to be a good Demolay. Another thing that we do is in the advanced track. It's really kind of focused on preparing you for your chapter Master Councillor term. But the JO track, it's kind of once you get past that point, you're done with your MC term. And it really helps to focus you on. Part of it is if you want to become a state officer, but we also really focus on kind of once you're at that stage in your Demolay career, the focus comes off of you. It's not about you having fun. It's really shifting it to you're in a role where you want to make sure that guys are having fun and the younger guys are having a good time. So we really kind of focus on helping guys learn how to facilitate events and just help advisors and really inspire and motivate the young guys and keep them pumped up and energized and really focus on taking that attention off of ourselves and putting it back onto the younger guys.
That sounds nice. I kind of like that. Like, you're separating between like experience. It's helpful because it's like a flow of information. You got the guys who are the most experienced. You give it to the other guys, and they give it to all the way to basic,
Mm-hmm.
and it really helps them. Especially me when I first came here, I really did not know nothing. The only thing I can remember was Dad Box.
Dad Box.
Oh yeah, that's the reason we call him Dad Box. I just realized a lot of the assistant chapter dads don't like being called dad. Except for Dad Box, I don't know why.
Makes us feel old.
I mean, I would like to be called Dad Molinas.
You got it, Dad Molinas.
Dad Molinas.
So I have a question. Okay, I'm a gold chapter. What's next for me? Like, what's the next step?
Mm-hmm. So next step is going to be the jurisdictional officer track. So
Do you have to be like state officers to?
no, you don't have to be state officer because like I kind of mentioned, we do kind of have some talks about preparing for state office, but it is really kind of focused on just you're entering a new stage of your career in Demolay. So we have a lot of useful information for people who have no interest in going to state office as well. So
What do you call the guys in the green shirts again?
the JAs, our junior advisors.
How do you become a junior advisor?
So that's usually going to be the next step after the JO track. So once you complete the JO track, you're usually third year. You'll come back the next year and you'll be in the JA.
I really want to join the JA as part of the media team. I heard, don't tell anyone this, I was told by my assistant chapter dad, not going to name him, that the media team is looking at me to see if I can join soon. Because,
There
look
you
at all
go.
this. I have a podcast. Besides, do you want to become a JA?
Yes, I do indeed.
Absolutely.
So, what's your favorite part about DLC in general?
Ooh, man, there's so many parts to like. Fourth meal's definitely got to be up there. You can never go wrong with 4 meals a day.
4 meals are the best.
Exactly. Then outside of that, I'd really say my favorite part of DLC is just the brotherhood and the bonding that there is. Because it's a lot of fun to go to the fun events and just be playing sports and games with all the guys. But I really feel like my most memorable moments from DLC are after those events when we go back to our chapter rooms or our dorm rooms and we just have a chance to, as brothers, sit down, talk, bonds, kind of share our ideas, talk about our life, and really create that deeper bonds with guys that DLC is the only place you see them. So it's just a really great experience for building that brotherhood.
What chapter are you originally from?
Oh, I'm from Excalibur chapter in Yukon, Oklahoma.
Excalibur.
Excalibur.
We've been hearing a lot from them. Like, besides Stillwater, we're not jealous of them. We're like, they've won too much. Excalibur's like second. It's like our second. It's like a rivalry. Not really a rivalry. It's like
Enemy friends.
Yeah, frenemies.
Yeah,
Frenemies.
Yeah, gotta use it to motivate you.
Yeah, Edmond has always had this disdain for Excalibur. We don't know why.
Yeah, and then you stole one of our guys,
Who did we steal?
Mr. Brittany Northcutt.
I don't know, man. I mean, it's kind of obvious. I mean, did you have a podcast?
I didn't have a podcast.
Really?
I didn't.
Well, I do have one question. Do you have any tips for any viewers that are non-Demolay that are viewing right now?
Tips for just like life?
And thinking about joining Demolay or in general along that lines?
Yeah, so I just really say, you always want to follow your interests and your passions. And personally, I feel like bettering yourself should be a passion that everybody should have. And it's really just you learn a lot from it. You really do. When I was 12 years old, if you asked me to come sit in front of a camera and just talk, I would run away and hide in my room. I would. So it's really, it just helps you out a lot in life. It builds a lot of connections, which are once you get older and get into college and looking for a job, those connections they can pay off. There's so many people, they've gotten really good jobs just from having their friends who they were in Demolay with. Just having those connections, it does a lot of great things. And just really, it's made everything about my life better, every aspect of it.
Me and Matthias, we are thinking of running for state officers when we come of age. What are some tips?
Well, honestly, you guys are doing everything you need to. You really are. You guys are awesome. That's the way I see. If you want to run for state office, you need to have that raw passion for Demolay. You need to just want to make Demolay better. You need to want to make it more enjoyable for the guys, and you need to want to make it last longer for more guys to get to experience that. So I feel like once you realize that passion, you can tap into it and use it as a motivator for you. Then just do it, and people notice it. People watch, they see, and that passion, it comes through. It really does. So when people see that and see that you're acting on it and you're doing good things, like making your own podcast. We got an MC of a chapter and a senior councillor, which they're not even done with their MC term, and they're already making their own podcast. And it's just doing stuff like that and putting yourself out there and showing people that you have that passion and that you're willing to act on it and really do things to better Demolay.
For me, I think Demolay is like a tool. Like, you want to achieve a dream, Demolay can give you those resources to achieve that dream. Like, for example, I wanted to make a podcast for the longest time, and because of the resources from Demolay, I'm able to make a podcast right now. And I believe our setup is not the greatest right now,
but it will do.
It's gonna get better. I'm investing a lot in this podcast and hoping that our next Master Councillors get to host this podcast as well, because we're planning on making this like a yearly thing, 6 episodes for 6 months in a term.
So yearly going on, year long.
You're gonna be the next host, so you.
Yes, I will. I'll be sitting where Nathal's sitting right now.
No. Look, I'm clearly taller than you, so you wouldn't be.
It's because I'm not sitting on a proper chair, but that's okay.
I'm a little taller than you.
So do you have any tips for our incoming counselors, those who are wanting to become counselors?
So I really feel like my biggest advice for people going to chapter officer positions is really don't be afraid to use the resources you have at hand. Every chapter, they have advisors and they have people who are so willing to step in and help them with anything they need. But I know personally, when I went into my MC term, I wanted to be able to look back and see how much I accomplished. So I didn't really want to reach out for that help, because it made me feel like I was failing if I needed to reach out and ask for help. But I think really my biggest advice is understanding that reaching out and asking for help isn't failing. That's using the resources you have at hand. And you want to take full advantage of your time as an officer or a counselor in your chapter. So just don't be afraid to use those resources. Reach out, ask for help to truly make your term as good as it can and do as much as you can with it.
See, Matthias, you can ask me for help. Don't be afraid next time.
I do ask Nathal for help.
Yeah, I heard I was one of the best counselors they had in years. I mean, not to throw shade on our past Master Councillor, who is our junior counselor right now.
Or even past after that.
Yeah, we were hoping to have our junior counselor here, but he had football practice. So kind of made space for Demolay sometimes.
Yeah.
So, have you ever gone to like Demolay events out of state?
Oh yeah, I've definitely been to my fair share. Something big that Excalibur did when I was younger was we would go to Arkansas every year, because Arkansas was at that time a lot smaller than they are now, and they couldn't put on a full set of degrees to initiate people. So we would go over there and we would just do the degrees for them, and then we'd kind of help them and teach them those degrees. And we did that probably 4 or 5 years until they were able to kind of get their feet on the ground and get to where they can do it themselves. And then I've been to Frank Marshall a lot. That's in Texas. It's a lot of fun, just a big ritual competition. And then definitely the most fun out-of-state trip I've had was this past June when we went to Session in Orlando, Florida. And I got to be right beside my buddy Cooper Crabtree and watch him go up there and run a phenomenal campaign and come out as our International Master Councillor. So it was a lot of fun and a great time.
You know, I don't really want to go to that session. I want to see what it's like. I always imagine, you know, what the Congress looks like in the United States. I just imagine that, but with a bunch of guys in suits.
Oh yeah.
But that are Demolay.
Yeah, but are Demolay.
Yep. Just walk into a room, it's just a bunch of folding tables and just at least 100 guys there sitting in suits, all just ready for business. It's a really cool experience.
You have secrets going on in there?
Oh yeah. That you can never know about.
Oh, I'm gonna become International Master Councillor anyway, so you know.
And
you know more
Congress
secrets
Secretary.
than me.
You're gonna run for Congress Secretary? Or am I? They have the
Either
same
one.
power anyway, don't they?
Pretty much.
Everybody just knows the International Master Councillor more. It's a catchier name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really the International Master Councillor. They have pretty much the same responsibilities, but the International Master Councillor, they're going to do more of the speeches, and when they go and travel to like Grand Lodge and stuff like that, they're more of the representative at the other bodies and other Masonic families events. But in terms of like the actual work they do and like committees and plans, it's pretty equal.
What? Besides, you gotta think of questions here too.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Theo's carrying this in.
I know.
Come on.
It's alright. Well, he is the host, so can't.
We're the host.
Oh, true.
You
We're
can
two
forget.
hosts right here, but can't really think of anything else. But do you have any last remarks on the podcast?
Yeah, I'd just like to say, for anybody who's watching, if you're in Demolay, if you're not, it's a great organization. It really is. Like I said, it's improved every aspect of my life. There's so many benefits to it. The connections you build, the people you meet, and everything you learn. It'll whether you see it now or not, it's going to help you out in your life. It could be now, it could be 20 years down the road. It's everything we do. It has a benefit for us, and it's really awesome. It really is, and once you're able to kind of get into that older age, and
The camera.
yeah, but once you get to that older age, and you're able to kind of look back and see the development you had, and then see the impacts that you're able to have on those younger guys, and helping them develop in the same way that older guys had that impact on you when you were young. It's really cool. It's really cool to see, and it really brings it full circle and fully makes you understand the impact that everything we do has.
Do you see me or Matthias being a state officer one day?
Easy.
Easy.
I think you would both do way better than I ever could. I wasn't making podcasts at 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, I you know, it's just fun making podcasts because you get to talk like just normally. Isn't that what podcasts are? Just recordings of conversations, stories and stuff.
Yeah.
Having fun.
Having fun.
I believe Demolay's number one 3 objectives: make leaders, become better men, and have fun.
Yes, sir.
And brotherhood. So that's 4.
Brother.
And what? Go ahead. Yeah, 4. 5. Female. Yeah, food, females, and fun.
That's an easy 3.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. So, thank you, Justin, for coming on to our podcast. The camera shut down twice. I'll try to fix that. I thought I did. Well, thank you for coming on. Anything else you would like to say?
Thank you guys for one, for having me, and for 2, for doing this. I think this is a great thing you guys are doing. I think it's going to be a really good thing for a lot of people across the state and across the country. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to you guys for acting on that passion for Demolay that you have and turning that into something that's going to benefit everybody, and that's really awesome to see, and I'm just really proud of you guys for that.
Thank you very much. State Master Councillor.
State Master Councillor, Dad old.
Thank you guys, future State Master Councillors.
Future.
So, thank you guys for tuning in to the interview with the State Master Councillor, and we'll see you in a minute.